Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. Before YouTube deleted my other channel, I used to record a sort of sketchbook tour of all of my finished sketchbooks. These are very low-key and more of a way to archive them for myself because it is very likely I will lose them one day. So I like being able to look back at them in case I ever do lose them. This is my most recent finished sketchbook. I don't remember when I started it. I also don't think I wrote it anywhere in there, which is something I stupidly always forget. As usually, I did decorate it with stickers. I've gone through the time that I was using it. Sometimes I paint something on the covers, but not for this time. Um, so yeah, let's just get into this. Again, I like using these in a very low-key kind of way, very no editing style. So stay along if you like just watching through a sketchbook with some low-key talking. I almost are trying to do this in like one take, so let's see how that goes. As usually, I do have like my first like insight page to just be random swatches of things. I was very into starting to work with crayons. I finally got me some Crayolas, which for me they're very hard to find actually. He even extended to here. These sketches I probably just made on the train when I first got my sketchbook because back when I got this it wasn't very easy to find a sketchbook in my own city, so I had to go somewhere else and get it. But yeah, these are just some practice sketches, same with this one. Now one thing you will see a lot in this is that I was and still am very obsessed with South Park. But in my own rendition of things, I do like taking characters and kind of making them my own. Um, they're more than just headcanons. They really just become my own character. I do really enjoy the show as it is. Sometimes I do draw the characters more into their own style. In this particular thing, I reimagined Kenny and Butters, but as girls, based on the Margarine episodes. I did also work a lot with like pencil colors. This is one that I ended up not finishing, which is also something you see a lot of my sketchbooks. Stuff that doesn't get finished, or I leave it to sketch and do it digitally further. Just ideas and sketches. This is like Paladin Butters. That was very British suddenly. Paladin Butters, but also as Margarine. And again, some more of that same concept ID, trying different ways of coloring. Here I tried drawing one of my OCs. Her name is Remy, and I used some kind of soft like crayons for this, so it was very hard to layer these. They didn't want to layer at all, and they're very sheer. But I did like working with them for this. This is one of those that I ended up doing digitally because I wasn't liking how it turned out, and I just said, screw it, I'll continue this in another way. This is one of my other OCs, and so I was just wandering around with some colors. So these are like her main colors actually, but because in my story she's like a type of goddess of creation, I thought it was a fun idea to have like her being different colors as well, and I also tried doing some different skin tones with that. These are probably done around Halloween, so I think the sketchbook is like a year old. Could be older, but yeah, just as I said, also I do enjoy South Park for what it is. So these are more actual Kenny drawings. Though I do gave him longer hair, as he is like supposed to be a teenager here, and I think he would like get a mullet or something, and just a skull sketch. This is more of a finished one. Again, kind of messy. I use alcohol markers for this. I'm not very good at gory stuff, especially because I find it hard to find the right examples for it without like having to look up actual like horror stuff, which I probably could do, but just haven't really found the effort in it. These are just two doodles I did while watching a class, and I decided to stick them in here with like a bunch of stickers just to like have something going on. Here's some Elf Kyle. I did draw him in more of the South Park style here, and then more in my style, for as much as I do have a style. Because I do really love experimenting with things. This was kind of stuck together. Again, these are just stuff doodles that I taped in here from my watching classes. It gets very boring after a while. Some random Brandy sketch that I probably did for a gift to my dad because he also loved South Park. Something more simple written from Blue Exorcist, but I kind of messed up because my markers were running out, and as in running out of the lines, and bothered me. This was something I didn't, maybe 10 minutes or less, because it was Reagan's birthday, I believe, and I just wanted to have something down quickly. Don't like this one at all. This one I did in my religion class. We were supposed to draw the world or God. I don't remember the assignment, but I was doodling her, and I just was like, okay, here, have this. It's Miku. She's my god or whatever. And these are some hamster sketches, specifically. I believe this one is Bippo, and this one is Biscuit, and Bippo again. This is something I started and ended up not finishing because I didn't feel like it, which is also something that happens a lot. I get some ambitious ideas, start sketching it, then decide, never mind. I like it more as a sketch than what I probably would have ended up with. He's also one of my OCs. Sometimes I mess up the name. Renee. Again, my OC Remy. She's supposed to be a punk, so I drew her more in a punk outfit. And here's Kenny as a teenager, of course. I think I would put him age 17 in here. Again, with like the mullets and tattered clothing, because of course he's poor. These are like on a tanned paper that I stuck in here, and just doing some doodling with crayons. I think these were for like request challenges on my Twitter that has now long been deleted. Are these for a new OC because I do have the Goddess of Creation, and I decided to make a counterpart to her, so he was supposed to be the God of Destruction. We came up with the name XC, but again, it's all very vague ideas. Some femme kokichis, because I liked thinking of what his outfit would be in a more feminine style. Some gays. Here I started watching Chainsaw Man, and of course I drew Pochita. The idea was to like just make random circle shapes and try to make Pochita out of it, but again, I got lazy. A very random kokichi done with coloring pencils. These were more like gesture drawings that I quickly did. I never did anything with. More doodles from just observing classes and stuff like that. Another one I never finished because I ended up really hating how the hand turned out. Also, it's kind of warped from the angle, so but yeah, this is just Renee again. Also Renee, another one I didn't finish, mostly because I was too scared to mess it up. I might do this one digitally because of that. More femme kokichi. Again, just a doodle I did one of my classes. And here I tried doing something with a fun background, because this one I did on like aquarelle paper and then stuck it in. It's fun to like try and draw with different textures and stuff. This one was a sketch I did for something else. It's Miku. And after this was a beginning sketch of Rin, but I didn't like where it was going, and I was probably planning to stick this in here and didn't do that. Because of course. This is just printed out. It's Creek. It's Creek. It's Tweak and Craig. But the idea, I made the joke of making a tramp stamp of them. So is this. This was done digitally, but I liked it, so I printed it out and put it in here. Another OC of mine, Donna. She's supposed to be yandere, and she has a girlfriend that's like a gothic girl named Bella. But yeah, these were also just doodles during class, and I took them out and put them here. This one was something that I started, but I didn't like it. Lots of things were going wrong with it. I tried finishing it as much as possible, but yeah. And here she is again. This one I think turned out much better. Here I just drew some eyes because it bled through. And another OC of mine, she's a vampire, but I forgot her name. Usually I write the names of my OCs the first time I create them, so I can look back and remember. But yeah, she's a vampire and she's dating a werewolf because I love cliches like that. Again, my South Park obsession coming through. This is Eric Cartman, but like as a Vocaloid. I didn't really end up liking the idea very much, but not this one particularly, but I haven't really felt like redoing it. Here I tried going more in the typical shoujo manga style. It was just a practice to see how close I could get, but it's just a very messy sketch. And here you can see I tried more close-ups of the eyes, because I know those are very important in like shoujo manga and such. This is Kagami. I chose her because, first of all, I've never drawn Kagami before, and in the show she's like clearly a shoujo manga fan. Some doodles of This one is again just edited, printed, and put in here, but the original sketch is still under it. As you can see, I messed up the hat and only noticed later, so I did alter that digitally. Oops. This is when the new JoJo came out, and I just really wanted to draw them. I actually haven't read further, than the first chapter. Okay, I'm gonna hold my camera now. But yeah, I don't like his design. I want to read more. Some eyes I found on Pinterest, because I always struggle trying to draw different types of eyes. They always end up looking very the same. And two more of my OCs, Sherry and Oliver. Some stand doodles with crayons, trying a different, slightly more cartoonish style, because I wanted to practice the eyes. A Kyle done in oil pastels, which is why it looks very messy. I probably should learn better to draw with oil pastels because they're very, very fun. And yeah, then I just did a coat of like varnish over it so it could stay in here. This is just a scene I started drawing with Stan, but again didn't feel like finishing it. Some Lyanne, because she is the MILF, so I had to draw her. This was as an example for one of my art classes. We were doing drip art, and well, I always try to at least show a example of what I draw myself. Gothic Stan, and like a South Park OC I was trying out again because I was giving a class on South Park drawing, and I made my own OC for that. Some Cartman sketches. These are based on that one Heather song because I think he would be obsessed with JD. And it reminds me of like the whole Heidi part. So yeah, some quick sketches. This one I was actually planning to finish, but didn't. One of my C's again, but for that one meme on TikTok. I don't know if anyone will even remember this, but I did like trying it. A random Stan over here and some Kendrine, so Kenny and Margarine over here. Then more Stan. These are done with like some of the Poscas I have. I don't have many colors, so I tried working with a certain palette. I think it turned out alright. Again, some doodles from one of my notebooks that I stuck in here of Kenny. A creek drawing I never finished because I was honestly too lazy to figure out the legs here. Some more Kenny's here. These were around his birthday, and I probably shouldn't be going off my pages so much. This is just a random drawing of that same OC, but in more my style. A random tweak, and I did these with like an AI generator, so I just put something in AI and then drew what I saw in it, which is like one of the only ways I think AI could be helpful. Princess Kenny, and then Bowser and his husband Luigi. This is based on like a painting I saw, and I thought it was very High Elf Kyle and Knight Stan. Musa, that in glitter markers, or glitter gel pens rather. I do like this one quite a lot. I think it turned out pretty cute. Some gesture drawings in chibi South Park style, and another Margarine. Just more random sketches. I think I drew this one while watching Steven Universe again. A cat from a cat cafe that I was drawing, and then just didn't fill up the rest. This one I started painting, but I really hated how the paint was going on. It's like gouache paint, and again, I just didn't feel like finishing it, but maybe I will come back to it. Some more just random drawings. I think this one was from just seeing a bottle and being like, okay, I'll draw a bottle, but it was maybe 2 minutes worth of time. Some Stevens, but I did these with random markers I had around. They ended up very streaky. A drawing of Chloe. I did this on different paper so I could give her like a background, just to add some more to the book. Are they stuck together? No. Again, just me trying to draw different things than just constantly anime characters. This was planned to be like a charm for myself, but I lost the kind of paper for that, like shrink paper, so I ended up not doing it. An apple core, the start of Sakura from Danganronpa. More gesture drawings quickly done, and some Femme Creek, but based on like their cards from the Phone Destroyer game. This is Glam from Metal Family. Very great show. Really love it. Really love Glam. He's amazing. And I always love watching that. On these, I just did some like redraws, well, sketches based on stuff from the show itself, because it already bled through. I think this was supposed to be Bella from Twilight, but ended up not looking like her at all in my style, so I gave up. An idea on one of my OCs again. This is like based on one of those songs, but I forgot the name of it. Well, I think it's just off with the heads will roll. Yeah. Another Kokichi. This is after I saw the last Spider-Man movie and drew my spider Sona. I went for my hamster. This was like a random idea I had. I mostly wanted to just do like these squiggly things I saw somewhere, and it ended up looking like a sad thing. Trying to do expressions. But these I always like to keep messy, so it's kind of on purpose. Sketches for an ID I never finished. It's a Y2K Miku, but I ended up messing up the eyes and noticing too late, so I just didn't finish. Some random cat drawings because I decided I want to learn drawing cats because I recently read or listened to an audiobook of the first Warrior Cat series, and it distraught me. This is from Tokyo Revengers. He's one of my cousin's favorite characters and one of her favorite shows, so I wanted to learn how to draw him. And that's practically the end because here's just swatches of different things. So yeah, this is my most recently semi-finished sketchbook. I probably won't really work in this one again unless it's to come back and finish some of the stuff in it, which I sometimes do, especially when I'm out of ideas. I just go back to some of my old sketches and end up finishing it. I might tape other things into it, as I sometimes also do. But yeah, now I'm working on a new one. It's the exact same type of sketchbook, but in pink. And just a sneak peek of the things in it. It's not that much different. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to stick around, please do so. Once this one is finished, I will also upload a quick go through of this one. And that's about it. Thank you for watching.